And good morning. I'm Carol Costello. Thanks so much for joining me. While everyone seems to be clamoring for the NFL commissioner to step aside for not doing more to punish Ray Rice, the heart of the matter is, what about the women, all the mothers and daughters and sisters who are abused by someone who loves them, and why all too often we're quick to point the finger of blame their way. Even after the NFL gave Rice the heave-ho, some of the commentary was aimed squarely at his wife.
After that video, and now you know what happened in there, she still married him. They're currently married.
I mean, look, Rihanna went back to
Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown right after. A lot of people thought that was a terrible message.
And then there's Jay-Z and Beyonce and Solange. That was also in an elevator.
But you notice JV didn't hit back.
There was some craziness.
I think
there.
the message is take the stairs.
The message is when you're in an elevator, there's a camera.
When I watched that segment, I wanted to throw up, and so did millions of others online. At least my friends at Fox apologized, sort of.
Comments that we made during this story yesterday made some feel like we were taking the situation too lightly. We are not. We were not. Domestic abuse is a very serious issue to us, I can assure you.
Perhaps the silver lining, those lame comments sparked the online movement, Why I Stayed. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 out of every 4 women in America will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. Women between the ages of 20 and 24 are at the highest risk. So let's talk about this. Joining me now is Jan Langbine. She's the executive director of the Genesis Women's Shelter in Dallas. Welcome back, Jan.
Thank you, Carol.
First of all, your reaction to the Fox and Friends comments.
Oh, I'm horrified. Take the stairs. I mean, please, I am constantly surrounded by messages, and so are victims of domestic violence, surrounded by messages that this is somehow her fault, or that if she had taken the stairs or done something else or not worn that outfit, that this abuse wouldn't have happened. It's not about her actions at all.
Why do you suppose so many people point the finger of blame at the woman in domestic violence cases?
You know, it has to be a complete no understanding of what domestic violence is all about. We know that the question in itself of why does she stay continues to victimize that victim, to be real honest.
So most women who are abused actually want to leave the relationship, and some frankly can't for a lot of reasons. So tell our viewers what you hear from women about why they can't leave.
Right, and I'm not sure they want to leave. What I hear so often is they want the abuse to stop. The number one question I'm asked is why won't a woman leave? Why doesn't a woman leave a relationship? And there are hundreds of reasons, as individual as each victim of domestic violence. She leaves because she hopes there is change. She leaves because of the promises that it'll never happen again. She doesn't leave because of those things. She stays because they have children together, or her understanding of what her faith doctrine is. She stays because she doesn't know it's against the law, or she stays perhaps in a high-profile relationship because of the aftermath, the outpouring and reliving that in the media day after day. But the number one reason is that leaving doesn't stop the violence. Most women who are killed after they've left, not while they're in the relationship. So we need to spread the word about getting out, but getting out safely. I think that's the way we should address that. But the number one question should not be, why doesn't she leave? Or why does she stay with him? But keep our eye on the ball and say, why did he do it in the first place? Why does someone punch his wife in the face?
Okay, so I don't know if you heard, but Janae Rice, she sent a statement via Instagram, and she said, in part, if your intentions, the media, were to hurt us, embarrass us, make us feel alone, take all happiness away, you've succeeded on so many levels. Just know we will continue to grow and show the world what real love is. Ravens Nation, we love you. She clearly believes Ray Rice is undergoing counseling and that the counseling will be effective. Is it possible for offenders to control their anger issues?
Well, and I would love to say here that it's not just about anger management, that violence in the relationship is all about power and control. And when that feels out of control to someone, that's when it can become the most violent. Can he change his behavior? Certainly. I think if he really, really wants to, but it's not just for a week and it's not just for 7 months. It's a lifetime effort. This is something that will be in their relationship, and they will be connected because of this child as they go forward. But we know that hope for change is a strong reason to stay together. But we also know that because the abuse didn't happen overnight, the healing doesn't happen overnight either.
All right, Jan, thanks so much for being with me. I appreciate it. Still to come in the newsroom.